Detroit is directed by Kathryn Bigelow, stars John Boyega, Will Poulter, Algie Smith, John Krasinski, Anthony Mackie, and Jason Mitchell. And the basic plot of this movie is in the summer of 1967, rioting and civil unrest starts to tear apart the city of Detroit. 2 days later, a report of gunshots prompts the Detroit Police Department, the Michigan State Police, and the Michigan Army National Guard to search and seize an annex of the nearby Algiers Motel. Several policemen start to flout procedure by forcefully and viciously interrogating guests to get a confession. By the end of the night, 3 unarmed men are gunned down while several others are brutally beaten. So basically, this movie tells the story of the Algiers Motel incident during Detroit's 1967 12th Street riots. And the movie's release commemorated the 50th anniversary of the events. This movie did not deserve to bomb. This was a really good movie. Now, I will admit, the movie is kind of long. At 2 hours and 23 minutes, it does drag. And also, there are some parts in this movie that are just way too hard to look at. I seen this movie all the way through, and this movie can get really rough. And the direction of this movie is really good. The direction is really good. Kathryn Bigelow does a really good job at directing this movie. She's a good director. Zero Dark 30 was a really good movie. I really enjoyed Zero Dark 30. It was really good. And I liked Point Break, the original. The remake was okay, but Detroit, this is one of her better ones. A lot of people really like the movie. Again, like I've said, this movie gets incredibly rough around the edges, and it doesn't, like I said, this is not for kids. This movie is not for kids. It's just because it is R-rated. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of intense moments. There's a lot of extreme harsh moments, and some of that harsher moments does kind of mess with the film, and it kind of makes you sad, makes you upset. And now, this film was supposed to be a possible Academy Award candidate, and this movie did get robbed. Just like Denis freaking Villeneuve got robbed of an Oscar, but the acting in this movie is great. Will Poulter is great. Algie Smith, John Boyega, John Krasinski, Laz Alonso, Anthony Mackie, Leon Thomas III from Victorious is in this. Tyler James Williams, Gambenga Aknab, Jeremy Strong, Chris. A lot of great performances in this movie. The music is in here is really magnificent here. I think the music is great. The way this movie is shot is very well looking. And you feel bad for everything that goes on in this movie. And I think this movie does a good job at what it was sent out to do. It's a shame that this movie did not do well. I can think of a couple of movies that are box office failures that didn't do well. And usually the causes of a film's failure is either negative word of mouth, competition, external circumstances, high production costs, and there are some recovery of flops. Some films that has recovery. Studios pushed to financial troubles. There is a list of box office bombs. There are some of these box office bombs. I will only mention a few. Alexander, Ali, Battleship, 47 Ronin, Blade Runner 2049, the BFG, Cowboys and Aliens, some Ghost in the Shell, a few of the box office bombs that they list, that are listed on Wikipedia's box office bombs, are, some of them I actually do like. Some of them I hate. But honestly, I don't hate this movie. The movie is great. It's just that the movie gets way too rough around the edges. Way too rough. And it does take me out of it in some parts. But I will say that the film is a pretty amazing movie. I would recommend it. At least one watch. But if you are a fan of Kathryn Bigelow, you may enjoy this. I enjoyed it. I don't watch a whole lot of Kathryn Bigelow's movies, but I will say this is one of her better ones. And I will give Detroit an Epictastic, simply because the film drags a bit, and there are some really harsh, extreme moments that just gets way too sensitive, at least for me. So let me know what you guys think about Detroit down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I will catch you guys in the next video.